Alright, YouTubers, it is Monday, June 2nd. I'm a little bit slow to get my my video uploaded this week, but I wanted to get this done. I got a whole bunch of new things going on in the garden this week. First off, got my trellis up for my tomatoes. That's those 4 poles that are sticking right up. I'll show you how I did that. And I've got a trellis for my cucumbers. I haven't actually staked in my peppers yet. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do that. And finally we got all of our melons coming up. So first let's start with tomatoes because it's tomatoes time. So these are my trellis for the tomatoes. What I've done here is I put wood and I nailed it into these into the sides of my raised bed, and then I put these eyelets on it to make it so that it's super easy, and all I have to do is run a wire real quick. That props everything up and it keeps everybody happy. As they get taller, I just throw another wire on and I'm done. Onions are doing great. They're going like gangbusters. And tomatoes. We're getting a lot of tomatoes here. Let's see if I can get them in there for you. A whole bunch more are growing and we're flowering like crazy. And then as I walk over here, I'll show you. These guys are, I believe, the Sheboygan tomatoes, and they are starting to produce some really good sized tomatoes there. Starting to look like an actual vegetable garden and not just a whole bunch of greenery. So the Isis Candy cherry tomatoes are looking great. They're getting really nice and big. And down here we've got a few more of these Sheboygan tomatoes, and one that is really getting a pretty good size here. Right there. Yeah. Next we got the cucumber trellises up. I did that by putting in these, just building it from wood, and I stuck these nails in here. They're sticking out like this so that I can actually get twine around there. And that way they can grow up between the twine and the wood. Cucumbers are getting really good sized. They're just kind of sprouting up. It's amazing how fast they grow relative to everything else. Beans are getting their next set of leaves. So they got these little 3 leaves that are popping up. Obviously I have to do some weeding, but I've been a little busy this weekend with building all these trellises. Okra's looking great. They're starting to get really good sized here. And peppers are flowering like crazy. Don't have much good sized fruit yet, but there are lots and lots of little flowers there. All the little white flowers everywhere. And this is what's really exciting. This is all watermelon. I'm going to have to thin this out a little bit. And then here on the edge is some cantaloupe that's come up. And then beets. And the carrots are starting to come up. The broccoli is going like gangbusters. I cannot believe how big this is. I'll show you. There's my hand, if you can see that, to give you some perspective. And that's not even the biggest one. Beets are doing real. I think they're going to have to come out maybe before they're totally ready. Just because the broccoli is going to start choking them out. And the pole beans inside the broccoli area, I'm not sure if that experiment is going to work. I was hoping the pole beans would be a little bit bigger, but the broccoli is just getting bigger faster. And I'm thinking not all of them are going to make it. Maybe some of them, but I don't think all of them. But here, let me show you how big those leaves are. They're definitely bigger than my hand at this point. So hopefully we'll start having some broccoli soon. And over here is the last part. This is actually right behind my house. I've got my compost barrel set up here. And over here, this is going to be an onion bed. You can see all the little onions are popping up. But what's most exciting for me, even though I have to weed this now, is that we are finally having asparagus pop up. One of them got uncovered there. But we have got some asparagus that is starting to come up. And that is very exciting. I am very much looking forward to a couple of years once this asparagus bed gets really going and we can start harvesting it. So that's it. Onions, asparagus, tomatoes, everything's going really well. So enjoy.